start this Wednesday morning with a quote from Muhammad Ali. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in a world they have been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. One of the main reasons I'm doing this channel and documenting my journey is actually to motivate the guys on the other side, guys and girls, women and men, boys and children, and girls, whoever is out there on the other side of the camera, which is you, to kind of think bigger, right? Because I grew up in a world where, nobody really believed in you. It was all in this normal, small world, and there was nothing like a crab jumping out of the bucket, right? And ever since I started walking towards those fears, and I don't know where it came from, I think it's just listening to voices, that inner voice that told you something, you gotta do that. The first time I experienced that voice was when I kind of had the first big life decision to make, which was after high school, right? You go through normal schools and high school, and after that, the first time you're I think 18 years old, the first time in your life you can make a decision what you want to do. Before that, you're kind of like stuck in, here you go, and you have to do all these things and just get through school. And the first time I ever was allowed to make a decision of my own, I really sat down and thought, what do I want to do? I see all these normal patterns, all these things, 9 to 5, here, this, all these things, and they didn't interest me. It didn't sound like enough for trying things out. And then what actually then was something that interested me, a friend of mine, he was one of the few, or the only one from the whole area that got into this special forces from the military, German military in the south of Germany, in the mountains, Gebirgsjäger it's called. And it's very uncommon from being a northerner, let's say, close to Cologne where I grew up, to go from there to the southern area. It's almost impossible to get in, because normally in the military works in districts, you only get people from the surrounding areas. So, but I just heard about it. It sounded like an adventure. It sounded like you go skiing, climbing, you have all these things, and you have this new aspect to it with the military, the discipline, and something about it fascinated me with, I don't know, it just sounded interesting, to a different path, right? But I knew only this unit, only this one, all the other ones, I'm not interested about politics and all these things. This unit, it sounded right. And and then I wrote a letter down and all these things, and actually went first to the district office of the military, and they told me, and they just laughed at me, we never in 20 years sent anybody down there. Never ever. For some reason, in other areas I would just listen and nod, okay, all right, I'm not gonna try. For some reason, some voice said, completely ignored the no. That's the first time ever in my life that happened. Completely ignored it, because I had this voice and this voice about something, and I'm sure you have it as well, and you gotta listen to that voice. If you have a certain certainty about a topic, it might be anything, it's important, it's only about you with that topic. If you have that certainty about that topic, you must pursue it. You must keep trying, no matter what anybody says, really anybody. It's only about you. Like the universe, the muse, somebody put that thing in your ear, is trying to whisper you from another plane, or I don't know how you want to describe it. There's different words for it. But something is trying to tell you, girl, woman, man, no matter the age, this is for you. This is a little letter I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to push it to you from another plane, that you do that. And I kept persisting, and then I kept calling, I kept sending letters down to them, and eventually I got actually that letter from that unit saying, yes, we pulled you, and then a whole other adventure started. That was the first time ever in my life with 18 that I kind of defied the impossible to say. And there were moments after that. So the more time you kind of experience that, there's all these objective things that are telling you, no way. Like most of the guys, or like most people thinking, how on earth is that guy coming from a job, quitting, coming later into the sport, not having, Olympic career or whatever behind him, not 20 years behind him, and saying he's going to win a world championship in Kona. That equation doesn't add up. That doesn't work. That pattern doesn't fit. It's impossible. I understand that most people think that way, and that's totally okay. But the next step is to, if you have a goal that seems impossible or very unlikely, all those things that anybody around objectively says and trying to tell you this is how it is, it's very important that you break it down. Okay, let's say I have the dream goal. You first have a dream and you make it to a goal, because a dream is just a fairy tale thing. It's just a big word. I have a dream of this. That doesn't help you. You have to take action. So yeah, obviously for me the action was, okay, you can work part-time next to it, all those things, especially later in life. If I would have been given that dream with, let's say, 20, and it would have been so clear, you can have a more progressive thing. Okay, you slowly go down with work and get better and better. But I didn't have the luxury at that later age in life. I had to make every year count, all in or nothing. Otherwise, no chance, right? But how do you break that dream into a goal? For example, for me, in triathlon is very measurable. For example, the swim, bike, run times. I know the ranges. Also in the future, I'm looking at ranges that have not been done. And because also sport will progress and all those things, but Kona has been in some ways kind of steady in some areas, but it's still a very over the top goals I'm looking at. Those are close to kept to my heart. I have actually 5 stages for my triathlon career, kind of for markers, and I'm hoping to hit the first step out of those 5 this year, kind of stepping stones, because you got to break it down, right? It's a big goal, whatever you have. Okay, it's might be far away, you don't know how far. That's also important that you don't say it's going to take me 10 years, 5 years. Erase the timeline. It might be a lot quicker than you think. Important, don't have a timeline, but like, what can you do today to get closer to that? For example, okay, I need these swim thresholds. I need to swim this for 200 long course, this for 400 long course, this for 1500 meter long course. Where am I at right now? Then I swim it. Okay. Facts, no matter what you say or wish you would have, these are the numbers you have right now. These are the facts. All right, same for the bike. Threshold, watt per kilogram, then also watts, and also obviously aerodynamic comes into play. I probably have a 2.2 CDA right now, which is okay. It's definitely not the best in the world yet, but that will come with money later and all those things. You can get it down to, for my size, maybe 2.1, 2.0, best case. So that will do it though. If you couple that with the watts and the watt per kilogram, that will get me the bike split I need. And then you couple that with the run. Same run thresholds, LT1 thresholds. So you break all those things down, that's what I'm trying to say. Then you have this overarching goal, then you bring it down. Now we come to today, for example. All right, I just completed a 3-week training block of really great training, nailed everything, personal lifetime PBs, great. Now I'm in my easy week. The goal of the easy week is to mentally, physically recover, that I absorb is the word, recover is not the right word. I love the word absorb, because that does something different in your brain. When you think recover, it sounds, I don't know, it sounds like you broke a leg and you have to wait or something. Absorb, I think I like that word. Think about absorb. Absorb means like you did something like a stimulus and now it's kind of being absorbed. You're getting stronger in you, right? I finished now 2 full rest days. That's gold. Yesterday was definitely tough. Working through fatigue, and I slept Monday to Tuesday 10 hours, and now I slept 11 hours in the back that tank. And look at me, woo! I'm popping off. So it's important. Those 2 days, they're gonna pay off in a long term. So not in the short term, but in the next training block, that's when in the second week, third week, when fatigue comes, then this week, the power of this week, which is the easy week, will come to play, and that plays into the long term. So today what we got planned is a 3K swim with some activations, still short swim. Then we have a 12K easy run, just really jogging. It doesn't matter pace, anything, just get the kilometers in. And then an easy 1 hour ride at 220 watts. So very easy still. And important to keep the stress level low. Don't go high into anything adrenaline or something like that. And that is kind of zoomed out. Today, I'm thinking, what can I do today to get me closer to the Kona win, right? And today is the goal of recovering, absorbing still, having a bit of movement in after the rest days now. but this whole week has the theme of mental physical recovery. So I don't have to hype myself up now to go into some, let's go in that state. No. This comes in the next block. This comes starting coming Monday. And we also figured out now the training that will be coming for the next block, which is going to be very exciting. And I can go into that a bit later. It's a whole nother longer conversation, but let's get off to the swim. All right, guys, we are on the way to the pool now. We got a 3K something set. There's going to be some activations in there with 50 meters, 25 meters, just getting core tension back. I wonder how it feels now after the 2 days rest, because when I think back now, just on the 200 meter now with some objectivity, how much fatigue came out. Impossible to hit the quick times, but now it will be a lot better. And look forward to the session. And then it's going to be some technique stuff in there, and then 1500 straight, but just all easy, just getting some good strokes in, and that'll be that. And after that is some lunch. Then also later I chat with my swim coach. We plan the next block, what I'm excited about, because it's going to be more specific stuff now, because until now we didn't do any actual, let's say, real conditioning work, so to say, like repeat sets, ons, times. We didn't do that because we worked now on developing speed and all this, and now it's just kind of getting the speed into consistent fitness. Is like doing sets with 400s, 200s and all those things, and try to hold the time on a time off, which is obviously the one conditioning wise you need then for the actual race that is coming up in a good month's time. So that will be nice. Look forward to that, but let's get the swimming first. All done. It's good. One thing that clicked for sure in the swim again was sometimes you invent so much, and then you actually take things away that worked well. And one thing in swimming is, for example, rhythm, because it doesn't work like cycling and running, like you up the effort and you get a different speed. That doesn't work like that. There's a limit to your stroke speed actually. So for example, this is aero style, this clean swimming, but like also, the swimmers, the Olympics, so everything, when they do a 50-meter sprint, they have a completely different style. They have the windmill style or something completely else. So they're basically switching gears depending on the demand. So I have now a certain style for like a deep water start for the first 20 meters. So there I can get easily 2-3 meters ahead. So if you start doing the aero style, you're not going anywhere from that start. So that I have. And then I have another style for threshold. It's going to be the loping style. I'm bringing that back because it just worked so well. Even when I did it last year in this Olympic distance, could keep it the whole way. I swam 1:17 average back then when my swim fitness and technique was half of what it is today. But it's just natural to me, so that's important. And then for like zone 2 and stuff and easy swimming, I have this easy aero style. But so there are things working, and same with the core. So I'm excited to get back to that. So now we'll have some lunch, and later we got actually a 15K run, not a 12K. It's 15, easy. We head out in the hills. I could go without data or anything as well, it doesn't matter. It's just get the distance in, make it feel easy. Whatever the pace is, whatever the heart rate is, doesn't matter, especially not now. So good, let's get going. Alright guys, I'm just getting ready for my run actually. So first of all, we fixed the BTA situation. How we did it, if you have a look, because the screws were too long. If you can see this little thing, what I just did, because actually the M5 screws in 10 millimeters is too long, so we need 5, but I was in 3 different shops, there's no 5 millimeters for the M5 screws. So what I did, smarty, I put like a plastic piece of this nut thing in there. Anyways, then it works, and as you see, it looks smooth as butter. And so that's that. One part missing still is the rear bottle thing. I got a new one that goes in there, but I'll bring it to this guy. He might have to drill a new guy. I know someone here who can drill it and maybe glue, because obviously this screw is not fully tight. And then I have my rear bottle cage as well. Then I did a little oopsie, because I have the one I'll write later, but I have one problem with that.
I don't have a bike. So what I could do is take my wife's mountain bike. My mountain bike is donezo. My road bike is actually back in action soon. I'll bring it to the shop, but not yet. So I have no bike right now. I could either go to the gym, which it's an hour easy ride. The question is anyways, how much does that help you to improve long term? Probably nothing. But yeah, I might do a mountain bike outside. To be honest, I might skip the whole thing because I feel like it's really good to have all this energy coming out, like some fatigue coming out. So it's really like I'm absorbing, and yeah. So I will see what I do in this week again. Otherwise, I'm always like, as you guys know, hey, this is what we do. This is the work set, and this is what we execute. But this week, the whole plan, this is the time to be flexible and adjust. Mentally, physically, do what you got to do to reset, recover. Of course, you need some volume still. You can't fully drop off the cliff. But normally I'm at 25 hours, so I'm dropping around 10 hours. So quite a bit to like the 15-hour mark. So as long as I hit the 15-hour mark, hit the run volume, that's very important for consistency. So we'll be not jumping anywhere. We're gonna be running. So first I gotta get the dreaded core stuff done. And then we hop into these beauties. Welcome to the forest, we made it. I changed again short pants because it's still gonna be a bit fresher, so literally just jogging along. Really nice as well to just not think, not have any kind of pressure mentally or anything. Everything is just jog it, have fun. If you wanna go slower, just go slower. Whatever body you has, it doesn't matter. Just it's really nice, refreshing to have it not as a training, just have it as a jog. I really don't care what pace at all. You can see what it is in the end, but I don't care. Just have some cadence up. Cadence still 170, that's important. Probably the only one that's important for this one, because too low cadence. If yours is under 160 cadence, that is a problem, because that kind of limits you always to be able to run higher mileage. It's just how it works. So yeah, 160 at least, 165 cadence, kind of ideal. And you get that up with strides and general quality running, but there's a shift you have to kind of make. Treadmill running helped me a lot, so that changed everything. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this run and see you guys in a bit. There is a nice spot to discover. I haven't been in a while. Let's go there together. Whoopa. 1 second. Incoming. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is. Yeah, probably not as nice on the video, but they built like some small kind of stairs there. It's a pretty finished thing. Maybe Nordics, some of you know, maybe they do those stairs and they do workouts on there, like steep stairs. And it's pretty common. People do like hill sprints and all kinds of workouts on those stairs. That's why they're there. Alright, we got 9k or something. Yeah, just gonna jog it out, raw dog it out. Yeah. You might think, Matti, your day looks kind of boring. I really must agree. Damn, this training is boring. But the whole week is gonna be boring. I'm gonna try my best to make it exciting. What excites me, to be honest, is my training coming up. So we can talk about that. Because yeah, this week's gonna be easy training, and endurance training and easy is simply boring. Although it's nice, I'm a bit tired, so I'm a bit maybe not the most positive right now. So it's just fatigue coming out, so I'm trying to enjoy it, of course, but it's nice to, run fast and kind of feel like, okay, this is a session that really moved the needle. That's exciting, right? But yeah, 15k, this is all part of this, the buffer, the volume, So don't sleep on the easy runs, because they're the ones that enable you to do the real work, to build, the muscle and tendon strength with those easy runs consistently, so you can handle the workouts and make them bigger and stronger and faster. So yeah, one of my key runs will be the threshold set. We're gonna start at 6 times 2K and then most likely build it because the duration is so short, around 7 minutes of load. So I'm gonna start them at 3:30 pace, 5:30 mile. But most likely it's gonna be like, I reckon, to stay under threshold on a treadmill even with heat. We'll see. But I think 3:25 pace should be solid for those. Anyways, and then we build 6 times 2K, 6 times 2.5K, 6 times 5 or 6 times 3K in threshold running. So I'm gonna build those. And also other sets we're building. The second bike session, it's also exciting. We keep this the same. The second threshold session on the Friday. I'll go to the other bike key session in a bit. So the other key stays at 6 times 15 minutes threshold. We stay at the duration, 90 minutes, already quite a bit. But we're gonna progress a bit intensity. So first 3 as before. I did before 6 times 15 minutes at 330 watts in aero. Now first 3 at 330 and then the last 3 at 350 watts. So that'll be a nice new stimulus. And the second key bike session, it's over unders. So it's 4 times 12 minutes, 2 minutes at 320 watts, 1 minute at 400 watts, alternating for 4 times 12 minutes. That's after the threshold run in the morning. So it's kind of good. It's still a threshold set. The average power for these 12-minute tests over unders is still has to be kind of threshold, 350 watts ish. So that's good. But it's a win because I need to spend some time at these 400 watt ranges because the race, pro racing, I don't have a ton of experience with those packs, but basically there's nothing in the middle unless you're leading. So either you're full at over threshold or you're way under. If you're in those groups, you go like 50k an hour at 200 watts and suddenly it ramps up to like boom, super high. So it doesn't matter if you have steady intervals. IRONMAN a bit different, but even there, so those are the key sessions. And long run we also progress a bit the LT1 in there. Last time the 36k run had 40 minutes of LT1 and we're gonna progress this to 60 and then go from there. So quite a bit of nice work ahead, but in order to get there I need to raw dog this week and chill out, which is the hardest part. Nobody likes easy weeks, but those are the ones that enable me to go through those 3 weeks hopefully as smooth as possible. Almost forgot, one more session, we build a bit more zone 3 in there, but it's kind of 70.3 race pace range, just a 5k, so not too much, but a bit continuous running of this race pace stuff. So it's gonna be 5k off the bike after the 3-hour ride on Saturday. So there, let me guys know how you want me to do it. For sure gonna be carbons off the bike. I could do loops in my neighborhood and we could see that. It's always a bit up down, I don't want to do it on treadmill, I want to do it outside because I do the threshold already in the treadmill. But let me know, how do you want me to do the session? Should I do some loops in this park, probably 1.5k loops, or like out and back? Again, of course you would for confidence like to see some paces, but it's always a bit up down here where I live, so I would love to have a flat road and just let it go. But racing is also not that well. Actually, that race coming up 4th of May is actually pretty flat along the coast. But anyways, let me know. And last week, can't forget to swim. I had a talk earlier with my coach Aaron and we looked at the key sets. Overall volume of the week 23k, a touch up, but the volume is not what makes it hard. Still 5 swims, but the 2 hard ones, they both run 5.5, 5.6k. The first one is a bit shorter and hard, the other one is longer and hard. The shorter hard ones will alternate with 100s and 200s actually. The first week leaving on 120, so I think it was was a bit of a different set with some other aerobic work in there, but some stuff like 8 times 100, leaving on 120, I believe, long course. What, 125, 120, and targeting there this 108 to 110 pace. That is the target. I'm gonna trying, and then we alternated another week with 10 times 200, but there's some other stuff in there, aerobic, but the 200 leaving on 250 and aiming for this 230 pace, and maybe 225 would be great. Let's see. But yeah, anyways, that's that. And the longer set is actually a 3K set straight. Again, the whole thing with Mr. Bucket, of course. But it's a 3K set with zone 3 and zone 4. Tilting the arms off. So it's gonna be absolute poetry. There, nice and slow. We're done now. Woo. Yeah, what's also... it's a bit loud here, wait, I'll talk later. Alright, so it was actually 16K, it was just a bit longer loop. So I take 1K off from tomorrow. Yeah, so now it's just some food time. Thanks for giving me company and really helped me, felt a lot better with talking through the sessions. Really like exciting, like we built up to this, you know, because when you hear objectively, and it is, that's why it is big work, it's a lot of work, which to be honest, the big thing is is a lot of energy out. So I have to double down on the product from Umada with sport nutrition, really make sure I get those carbs in, calories, because it's gonna be really hard outside of training with food. So that's something I noticed now actually. Just the appetite is really weird with the 2 off days. The body's really like in shock. Or in general, I start just going through a lot. I almost felt like doing a 24-hour fast, just like reset the gut, because when you think about it, the gut, it's not normal for the gut to work through so many carbs and even 150 grams of, you know, sport drink and carbs an hour. That's not normal. I mean, it is what is needed for performance, but the gut, you know, is working on full gas. So, but yeah, fasting might be a bit too much stress on the system now. But I might get some microbacteria for the gut. That sometimes helps just to assist the gut flora. Because as I said, it's going through a lot. But now the demand isn't there. So it's also going down appetite. But I noticed it's a bit weird. We'll keep an eye on it the next days. But yeah, anyways, this is it for today. Tomorrow we got a nice aerobic swim in the morning. Then a run again, not 12K but 11. So we hit the 80K mark of the week. And we got some strides in there, and then gym as well. But I also have some other stuff, and I gotta go to the bike shop to pick up the bikes, the triathlon bike, and also my wife's road bike. So that's then ready for the Nice trip. So I'm gonna take you guys with tomorrow. So that's kind of what's on the menu. And outside of that, I always do some other stuff, but it's a triathlon channel. So good. See you tomorrow.
But wait! There's more!
Before we finish, I have to confess, yesterday, because of the appetite situation, look where I am. Buongiorno. I was at McDonald's actually. I haven't been to McDonald's in, I don't know, a minute. And I ordered Big Mac menu. I got a Big Mac with fries, 9 chicken McNuggets with sauces, and a milkshake, and I ate that. And basically, I felt like nothing happened. It was like 2,000 calories or something. Then I went again, I got a cheeseburger and just literally just calories. Like, I felt like my body was so sick of all the complex stuff. And then also another ice cream or something. And still after that, I felt like it's not enough. So I'm in a calorie deficit. So I'm going bananas today with simple carbs. When the appetite is gone, that's something I had before. Sometimes like a fruit salad kind of started it. But like we're going big today. We're gonna get some stuff that's kind of simpler, high calorie, but low quality obviously, but high calorie and less complex. Like I don't feel like salad or anything complex. My body wants calories. So I'm going for some chippies or something, some dip. We're going all out. So full transparency. See you tomorrow.